We're doing some unboxing today. We have two sabers from theorysabers. He was running a killer sale. I couldn't resist. It was 25% off, so I grabbed a couple of them. Before we open the boxes, I did go on the cheaper end. I'm not going to be swinging these around in my backyard or dueling anybody with them. They're actually going to go up in my wall in the office. I just wanted to preface that so you know that these are on the cheaper end of his site. I don't know if that means the quality is going to scale. Let's get into it. So right away, they come packaged really nice. It's a good thick cardboard box. The box design is cool. He's got his logo on him. It's got the Arabesh all around. It looks great. Fulfill your destiny on the inside. Just the fact that the inside of the box is covered, someone's paying attention to details. We have stickers. We have an instruction manual, QR codes, frequently asked questions, charging, all the things, what's in the toolkit. Very cool paperwork. We have a carrying case, and it feels like the hilt is inside. We'll save the best for last. Charging USB with the screws and the Allen wrench to tighten the blade in. Fairly heavy metal plaque with the logo. It has a removable sticky on the back. It also comes with a display stand, which I was unaware of. I thought that was a buy it separate kind of item. I actually have a mount for mine already, but let's check it out just the same. Everything is packaged great with styrofoam. This came from China, it came DHL, and it came way sooner than I expected. It was here less than 5 days from the time that I ordered. I don't know if that's the norm or if I just happened to hit the cycle exactly right. I was thrilled with that. I thought it would be at least a week or two coming from China. Cardboard insert. Here's the blade itself. I'm not gonna go into super great detail on this. It doesn't, well, it flexes a little bit with my hand, but they are meant for whacking, so just to give a little bit, otherwise it'd be brittle. If you go to Star Wars Theory's channel, he has plenty of videos putting these things through their paces, along as countless other YouTubers that I've seen before I ordered mine, building up the hype. These things are virtually indestructible from what I gather. And here's the main event. This is really what I was buying, a decorative hilt to display. I have some hilts from Disney, even one my wife got me off of Etsy that was a shift knob in my WRX for a while. No longer have that car, so now it's on the armory wall. I bought the Gradient, is what it's called. It has a great feel to it. It's real metal. It has an okay amount of heft. I actually thought it would be a little bit heavier, but as I said, I did buy on the cheap end, so this is not necessarily an indication of the entire line. Unscrews, and here is the beating heart of it. Circuit board that holds all the sound fonts, the colors, the battery. Lithium ion rechargeable, which is genius. The Disney ones look the part, but they're so thick because they take D batteries, which made no sense to me in a world of lithium ion where kids are buying these things at amusement parks, while you wouldn't have a swappable lithium ion battery so kids can buy it and turn it on straight away. I didn't even buy the blades with mine. I'm just putting them on the wall for display. I was excited to be at Galaxy's Edge. The second box, we don't have to go through it piece by piece. It's all the same kit that was in the first one. It's a second Gradient hilt. I did have a plan on buying two the same. Because they're meant for wall display, I got the red and the blue Gradient. They look very cool. Real metal construction, which I love. Nice feel to it. And being one of the simpler ones, if you were going to use this as a combat saber, Star Wars Theory, I believe, is planning a tournament next year in California. Fee of entry is having one of his sabers. There's not a lot to get in the way of you handling this. There's no big knobs or buttons or wires or anything on the outside. So it's a very competent grip for what it is. It's big enough to get two hands on, but you don't need it. Very cool. Even buying from the low end of his offerings, I'm pretty satisfied with the look and feel of the hilts. There are a ton of different options on the site as far as loading out your hilt. The RGB, LED, whatever goes inside the blades is also changed. As I said, I wanted the cheaper end because of my purpose for these. I have the hollow RGB. It's the most basic one he has, so let's see how that goes. The toolkit comes with 5 screws. It looks like there's slots for 2, so it's nice to get some backup. Whenever there's plastic involved, my cat can't help but try to kill himself. The screws sit flush into the hilt, which is cool. There's nothing to catch your hand on. Just remember, you are screwing metal into plastic, so don't overdo it. I'm just making them snug enough that it goes into the handle without cracking into the blade. So there it is, not turned on. Took a little bit of a break because the hilts need to be charged before you can use them. It says to charge them 2 to 5 hours. I did about 4 each, but the big important thing here I want to point out, because I almost screwed it up, the cord says to use a 5 volt 1 amp charging adapter, no PC ports. I have a PC multi-tap thing on my desk with 4 USB-Cs out of it, so anytime I have something that needs charging, I just pop it in there, continue on with my work, take it off when it's ready, easy, good to go. I probably would have fried both sabers if I didn't read that on the cord, and it's also in the FAQs on the website. I'm probably making a bigger deal out of this than I need to, but I know I personally generally don't read things. I just go ahead and think I have it figured out. So to save you the hassle of frying your saber, your brand new saber, and going back to Theory Sabers complaining, even though you voided the warranty, now everyone can just have an easier time, saves you the phone call, you can get right back on with enjoying your saber. Because I went with the very basic setup for my purposes, I got the regular RGB blade. That means it's hollow on the inside. There's the premium RGB, which is one step up from this one, and it's probably the one I would recommend. I haven't turned it on yet, we'll get there, but it's probably the one I recommend just because this is a hollow tube that a flashlight essentially shines into. You can change the color to get the color saber you want, where the premium one for not much more money has lights go all the way up. It's just gonna be more even, more vivid. I mean, as you can see by the walls behind me, I'm a big fan of lighting. All right, moment of truth, let's get it going. Power on. Theory did the voice himself for that, which is cool. I know in some of his videos it's a more generic, generated sounding voice. Well, I was recommending getting the premium one. Hopefully you can hear me over the sounds over this, but that's a pretty good brightness in a light controlled room. Good hit detection. Tapping the power button gets you a blaster sound. Sounds like it alternates between a couple. I'm not going to go through every color and sound variation. One, I just got the most basic possible setup, so it's not going to be a true representation of what's possible. And two, the Theory Sabers Instagram, Star Wars Theory has a bunch of videos on it. It's been well covered. We don't need to rehash everything here. Along with wanting to support the channel, support the Vader fan films, and everything that I said at the top, the other feature of this saber that I didn't find in other sabers is that you can run it in mute mode. I'm probably only one of a very few users who's looking for that feature, but it is a very important feature to me, and I'll show you why in just a second. Right now, I'm in my home office. As much as I love using the Death Star theater room as the backdrop for a lot of the lore videos, I thought it'd be cool to do all the out-of-universe videos up here with the backdrop. I got a lot of Hot Toys, Sideshow collectibles, and I got these lightsabers to add more detail lighting. These are just the cheap toy versions. They're not great replica hilts. It's plastic with decorative tape over it. They're good for the function, but as you can tell, pretty annoying to listen to, and they also time out after about 10 minutes. So you'd have to listen to me doing book reviews and show reviews and things of that nature with this droning going on in the background. So as you can see with the much higher quality Theory Sabers, there's no drone and the lights are actually a bit brighter, so it looks great up here. I love the idea of using this room for some out-of-universe videos. I love how this wall came out. Check out the recommended video for more Star Wars lore content.